Hello and welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports once again. Video number 7 in tubeless tire repair. In the last video, I mentioned that I was going to use this old school patch kit that is normally used on tubes, inner tubes. This being a tire, and this particular tire, the Continental 5000 Tubeless, has a butyl layer on the inside. This being a tubeless tire, TL, not a tubeless ready tire. So a tubeless tire, I mean, this is more or less semantics here, but a tubeless tire will be lined with this butyl rubber layer, and it is said that you could use the tire without sealant. In other words, you do not need sealant to help it seal or seat properly. But the whole thing about tubeless tires is you don't have a tube, and so if you puncture, if you have a liquid sealant in there, it's supposed to seal. So a tubeless ready tire is supposed to have sealant inside. Okay. That's probably more than you needed to know, but what is important is that this is a butyl inner layer, so this patch kit should work on this system. Now, you might be wondering, how has it come to this? Well, there's a series, like I said, this is number 7, so there's quite a bit of other hacks that I have, or bodges that I have tried. So this is where we're at now. Okay, the basic principle, if you haven't done this before, you will clean off the area and then apply the sand, paper, or some type of rasp, make it rough, put your glue down, and then put your patch on. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. If you can't see me or the details of what I'm doing, that's a general scope of what we're doing. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is, this is the shoe goo scab. So I'm just going to rip that off, and I clean the area around it so it'd be visible to you. This is the shoe goo. I don't know, I guess that started on video number 5. So I'm going to rip this off because that didn't work. And we're now going to sand this down. Now this patch kit's kind of nice. It has this sandpaper on a rubber backing, so it gives it enough substance to hold it and do that. Okay, so there we go. We've scrubbed some of the tire off, and the hole is quite visible to me. Maybe it is to you wherever you're sitting, at home, at work. Okay, so clean that off, and we're going to take our tube of glue. Well, we'll need that cap because we need to puncture it. And you want to put an amount of glue that is more than the patch. And believe it or not, the patch is always bigger than you thought. It's a funny thing, but it's almost always bigger than you thought. And so you lay down some glue and you're like, oh, well, guess I didn't get the whole patch. So this time I'm going to do a lot more, because what the heck, right? Now in the instructions, it's pretty funny. They have this little picture thing because of course it's a very international product, and they actually show someone blowing. I guess to get the little bit of rubber that you have sanded off. So yeah, and then you're supposed to kind of spread the glue around with the, as I mentioned, it's got a little rubber backing. So, a nice little kit, if you will. And to be honest with you, you should be carrying one of these kits in your toolkit. I mean, it weighs literally nothing, so you don't have to be a weight weenie. If you're a weight weenie, this channel is not for you. So now what we'll do is we'll remove the aluminum backing. So that's 2 patches, so we got to take this backing off. All right, so there's the backing. There's the patch. I still have the scab, the goo scab on the other side, so I know where the center is supposed to be now that I've got glue and stuff everywhere. So it's supposed to, actually now I'm doubting myself, but it's going to be right there. And you'll want to hold that in place for a little bit. Maybe you might remember this from when you were a kid and you got a small puncture on one of your tubes and your dad was like, "Nah, we're not going to the bike shop. I got a patch kit right here. Let's just do this." Yep, that was my dad. And you took the tube, you aired it up, you put it in your bathtub. Well, you filled your bathtub with water, and then you put it in there. If you're an apartment dweller, and if you had a house and you had a garage and you had a deep sink, then you did that too. But those are the memories I have of my dad and the the little BMX bike. I don't know that it was called a BMX bike, small kids bike, right? Okay, so we're gonna let that set there a little bit longer, and in the next video we're going to mount this tire. We're going to see if it works to just go old school. I think these patch kits, I honestly can't remember how much they are, but they're $2 to $3. And we're actually coming down, right? So we started off with the puncture repair kit from Muck Off. I don't know how much that retails for, but it's more than the shoe goo repair, which the shoe goo was like $5.99 for the tube. And now we're down to like maybe $2.99 for this. And it would be really funny if this is the most inexpensive and the best repair for your $100 tire. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and please put your comments down below whether you think this is going to work better than all the other repairs that I have tried. Thank you so much. We'll see you up the road.